I have a question that I would like to ask you today. Could you be one of those people who you love to tell God that you want to do better, but you don't believe in showing God that you want to do better? See, you will sit back all day and tell God whatever you want, but you're not showing God the things that you want. See, could you be one of those people that you're sitting back and you're praying and you're telling God, I really want to do better by my money. But when you get your check, all you do is keep spending your money and you never want to save any money. Could that be you on today? Could you be that person that you're praying to God saying, God, I want to do better by my husband. I want to do better by my wife. See, all you doing is just telling God, but you keep on doing the same things to them before God. See, you got to be real with yourself and say, what are you doing to show God that you want to do better? Are you showing God, or are you just telling God that you want to do better? See, are you telling God, I want my marriage to work, but you still running the streets? You telling God you want your marriage to work, but you still coming home whenever you want to come home. You still coming home the next day. You still got that lock on your telephone. See, I want you to think about it. What things are you doing to show God that you're trying to do better in your marriage? Some woman is praying, some man is praying and saying that they want to be a better father, a better mother, that they want to be a better sister, a better brother. What are you doing? Somebody is saying, God, I want to be a better friend. What are you doing to show God that you want to be a better friend? Because all you keep on doing is running off all your other friends. What are you doing to show God that you want to do better instead of just telling God that you want to do better? See, could you be like how I was? I go to God and I say, God, I want to do better. I want to stop cussing, but I wasn't showing God that I want to stop cussing. Until one day the Heavenly Father told me, if you show me that you want to stop cussing, and start by getting that filthy songs up out of your telephone. See, I had to start by deleting that mess up out of my phone. I had to get rid of those CDs and throw all that mess away. Because when you're really trying to do better by God, you have to show God. See, I could sit up there all day and say, okay, God, I don't want to watch pornography anymore. God said, show me you don't want to watch pornography anymore. So I had to get those DVDs and I had to throw them away. I had to get that mess out my phone because I had to show God I'm truly trying to do better by you. It's not just something that I'm telling you, but I'm trying to show you that it's something that I'm trying to do. See, it's easy to sit back and say, God, I don't want to drink no more. But every time you get paid, you headed to the liquor store. It's easy to say that stuff. It's easy for a woman, God, I don't want to dress the same anymore. But every time you go shopping, you buying the same type of clothes. I want you to think about it now. Some woman right now is praying to God, telling God, I want to be married. I want a good man in my life, but you won't even get rid of that other man that you're laying beside that's holding you down. You won't even get rid of that no good man right now, but you're telling God you want to get married and you want to live right. Come on now. We have to do better. I want you to think about it. What is it in your life that you have been going to God and praying to God saying, I want to do better by you? But you're not showing God, you're just telling God these things. And when you're telling God these things, do you really mean these things? Somebody is going to God saying, God, I'm done. I don't want to smoke no more. I don't want to drink no more. What are you doing to show God that you want to do? You don't want to do those things. Even if that means, you know what, God, I'm not going over my friend's house no more because that's all they do. I'm not going over my mama's house no more because that's all they do. Somebody is praying saying, I don't want to smoke dope no more. What are you doing to show God you don't want to smoke the dope no more? And how about starting by getting a dope man phone number out of your phone? How about blocking the dope man right there, getting his number up out of your telephone? We have to start showing God, not just telling God that we want to do better. What is it going on in your life that probably going on 5 years, 10 years, you've been talking to God about, and the situation is still the same? You telling him you want to do better, but you're not showing him that you want to do better. You telling God that he's number one in your life. You telling him that you love him. You want to live for him. You want to serve him. But does your actions show that? See, do you just say these things, or are you meaning these things? And I was guilty of that. I tell God all these things. I love you, God, but I kept on defiling him. And could that very well be you? I'm telling God he's number one in my life, But I kept putting men before God, my friends before God, phone conversations before God, and anything that you're putting before God, trust me, you done made that stuff your God and you don't even know it. You done made that stuff your God. I want you to think about it. Today is the day that we must go to God, start seeking God and having a relationship with God so he can help us, give us the strength to start showing him that we want to do better by him. Sometimes we got to stop going the same places. Sometimes we got to cry to God and say, I'm not picking up the phone no more, God. Even if I got to delete numbers, God, I'm going to show you. Even when if I get paid, Lord, I'm going to start putting $10 aside, $20 aside, $30 aside. I'm going to stop wasting my money because, God, I want to show you that I want to do better. I'm going to start doing better by my friends. I'm going to start doing better by my kids. I want to show you, God, that I want to do better. When do we stop telling these things and we start showing God these things? Go to God and cry out to him. And we go to God and we know that God can help us with anything. But when is the time to start showing God? Because a lot of us, we say these things and we don't mean these things. Because that ain't no different than a husband or wife. You can go home all day and tell your mate you love them. But what good is it if you don't make them feel love? What good is it if you're not showing them that? You go home, you're cussing at them. You're fussing at them. You're screaming at them. You don't do anything for them. Do you think they're going to feel love? And that's the same way that it is with God. We tell him that we love him, but are we really showing him? We keep defiling him. We keep living outside the will of him. But then when we die, we want to be greeted by him. It doesn't work that way. Seek him to know him, to have a true relationship with him. And then you can totally start being transformed by him. And you can start showing God that you want to live better by him. Because it's time for us to start letting some things go in our life and showing God, I choose you. I want you and I want to live better by you. So today is the day. Go to God, seek him, have a relationship with him, and you can start showing him that you want to do better by him. So I always remember my closing. Self-examination is the best examination, and Jesus Christ is Lord, and he's all we have. Have a great rest of the day.